Here's how to make a quick, simple, and effective fishing spear. All you need to make a spear like this is a knife. First thing to do is look for tall, straight growing shoots. We're going to cut this down by bending one side of it and pushing the knife into the outside of that bend. That puts tension on the fibers and lets the knife go through easily. It's an easy task for a knife like this. You want your spear to be at least 6 foot long. Now the spear's head is going to be the thicker end. That'll give it more power forward when thrusting. From here we'll carve a wedge shape and we'll very carefully split this wedge. Insert your knife in the middle. Now don't push it in, it might split out and hit your hand. Instead we'll use a branch to baton it through. Just like that. Now we'll carve the top of this wedge flat to give us another spot to split again. Carefully position your knife. At this point, to make everything smooth, we'll carve the bark off. A smooth spear has less resistance and will go deeper. That's going to give us 4 prongs, and that's what makes this spear so effective. Instead of a narrow diameter that requires pinpoint precision, this is going to be a lot wider, which is a lot more forgiving if you're thrusting and not spot on to your target. The nice thing is we can pin all these together and sharpen them up. This spear is made from willow. Any hardwood will work for this. Bamboo is one of the very best though. The spear becomes even more effective if you fire harden the end. And that just involves slightly charring it over a fire. That hardens the wood pretty significantly. Next thing to do is to take a twig and use that to space out the 4 tines. Carefully, the first one in, good spread on it. We'll bring in our second one into those other 2 tines, just like that. Snap off those extra hanging bits. Now that has an effective range. Now when it comes to spear fishing, you're going after targets you can see. So carefully creeping along the edges of ponds, lakes, and rivers, you might be able to sneak up on a fish, especially if you stay low and look into the water from a bit of a distance. And if it's too hard to sneak up on fish, it can be especially good for frogs and snakes. Native American groups like the Paiute people would use spears made of several hafted pieces of wood that would make a spear over 14 feet long. The longer the spear, the greater of an ambush advantage you have.